In a world without the cosmic entity death, there has to be a replacement. There has to be a new one. Welcome back. This is Grim. And if you're not caught up to this story, you're missing out. Go check out my previous videos, then come back and eat. Now, let's begin. Because Death left his ex-girlfriend a present she's not ready for. In the previous video, she got a letter directing her to go to Arizona. And when she went there, she digged up the grave they kept and she saw the pendant. Now, this was no ordinary pendant because as soon as she put it on, the dead started to wake up. She instinctively saw this and creeped out and took it off. Like, what the hell is this? My God. Ex-boyfriends, man. In the city, though, her daughter was just gone, and her best friends were forced to search for her. Now, you need to keep in mind what happened in the last video, because Adira and the Rippers are currently hunting her and her friends because they think they killed Death. Did you do it? Speak the truth. Now, Eddie was confused. What are you talking about? You killed Death. Did you or did you not do it? He told her no, and she said, yeah, I thought so too. He said, why are you not threatening me then? She said, because Adira is threatening all of us. She wants Jessica in hell today. Wow, that's deep. That's a lot. Anyways, how do we find her? She said, I know. You see, I was the record keeper. Annabelle knew all the records of the entrances to hell, the afterlife, and such. And this was an entrance, but to get in, you have to be a sinner. Thankfully, unknown to them, they had a sinner in their midst. Because, yeah, Marcel put his hand on the wall and the door instantly woke up. They gained entrance. Now, you would think this would be a good sign, but it really wasn't because this meant Marcel was not supposed to be a Ripper. He was supposed to be in hell, suffering. Introducing Kelly, one of the guardians of hell itself. Now, you could take him as the devil because realistically, he was. He was here to deliver punishment, and it never sat right with him that one of them, ergo Marcel, was walking free, being a Ripper. Your friend is a murderer, and he is meant to be with me. Now, they were looking for Jess, and they found her because if you remember from the last issue, the door led her here. She thought this was a test. Yeah, this ain't no test, B. Your friend is a killer. And I will show you exactly who he killed. With one flick of his finger, we go back in time to the era where Marcel lived, where he was born, and where he died. He knew this exact date. He could never forget it because it was the date he killed someone. He stepped into his home, knowing full well what he was going to expect. He climbed up the steps, going to see the love of his life, a man he called Henry. Now, Henry was sick. Back in the day when you were sick, it was honestly sometimes terminal. He couldn't even breathe. He was dying. Now, Marcel wanted to call the doctor, but he said, nah, fuck that, Marcel. Kill me. Kill me, please. It hurts. The pain is insane. Marcel, with tears in his eyes, made a choice there and then. And this was the choice Kelly was talking about. You were meant to love him. You were meant to protect him. And you took his life. With a smile. Marcel couldn't even correct him that he wasn't smiling. He was crying. He was filled with so much pain. Kelly flicked his finger again and said, you know what to do. You know what you have to do. You have to correct the imbalance. You are not supposed to be a Reaper. You are supposed to be suffering. Now, if you think I'm wrong, don't go into the portal. But if you know you're wrong, jump in. Go to hell. And Marcel looked at his friends and just jumped because he knew he did the wrong thing, even if we all know he was never wrong to begin with. Choices. Everything in this video revolved around choices. Leela was not having the best time as well. She wanted to get a drink at the bar. I mean, the world was already ending. No one could die. What's the point of not drinking alcohol? Not like it's going to kill me. And just like that, he sits down. The messenger. Now, he was here trying to make conversations, but Lilia did not want to talk. Matter of fact, she wanted to leave until he mentioned kids. Yeah, I have a kid. I haven't spoken to her in a while, and I'm pretty sure she doesn't want to talk to me, but I have kids. And he understood. I know who you are, Lilia, and I'm here to give you a gift. A gift of anything you will want on this planet. Here's my card. Be at that address and bring the pendant. It was getting weird real quick. And right now, everyone was still wondering how the hell they just watched Marcel go to hell. Eddie was on timing. He wanted to beat something, but this guy had a tiger. Even Kelly alone was still strong enough to face him without the need of his tiger. But there was no need. He got what he wanted. With the snap of his finger, he sent them all out. Now Eddie was insanely pissed off. That's my best friend. My best friend is in hell. Annabelle told him, calm down. There's nothing you could do. And realistically, he looked at Jess like, what are we doing here? Now Jess didn't know what to do, of course. And this pissed him off more. All this was because of you. We did this for you without even thinking. And you're telling me you don't know what to do? She said, yes, I don't. Annabelle had to tell them, chill. God damn. This baby was going through too much. In a few days, she lost her father, lost her history, lost her freaking job. Now she's finding out she's wanted by every ripper on planet Earth. She's being blamed for everybody not dying, and she's still meant to be the new death. It was a lot to do. But you see, Annabelle was really good at motivating because she found a way to convince Jess that, yeah, there's still hope. There's still a way to win. All you need is the death sight. Being the record keeper, she knew multiple ways to get to the afterlife. And so they had a plan. Just like her mother, choices were about to be made because she decided to come to the meeting with the pendant that death left for her. I'm pretty sure she was not meant to give it out, especially not to this douchebag. Now, if you're asking who this douchebag is, it's pretty obvious. He was Life. Now, you need to understand something. Life was a piece of shit, and he could give Lilia anything she wanted in existence. She didn't want to hear it because obviously there's something iffy going on here. But she couldn't even leave. They were in the sky. This was a private jet for a reason. He was making her an offer. I could give you anything you want. I just want to be reunited with death. Life and death are not supposed to be separate, you know? She said, so you know what the amulet does? He said, I do. I'll give you some time to think. But you need to remember, baby, life is short. This prick opened the door and jumped out with a parachute. Death was insane, but life was fucking crazy. And I think it runs in the genes because for some reason, Jess was going to the afterlife to fight her demon auntie with just 2 people. Now, I don't know what part of the logic boards in her brain thought this was a good idea, but still, it was gangster the way she pulled up, and the way Eddie followed her meant he was a true friend. No questions, it's time to go handle business. But when they came to the afterlife, they were in a reception they had never entered before. What the hell is this place? Someone in the shadow had replied. It was the reception. I had it closed down because I renovated this place. You see, people thought Death was the one that was running the afterlife. I'm the true Grim Reaper. As we see, this person is actually Adira. Now, if you're wondering how she knew they entered, I thought it was pretty obvious. Annabelle was the one who betrayed. Now, hell wasn't always like this. All bureaucracy and rules. Hell was hell before. Now, politics are fucking it up. Even the faiths were kind of missing the old times when things were simple. Now, it's hella complicated, and one person's choice is going to change the world. They wondered who that one person will be. Now, if it isn't obvious, it's probably going to be our girl Jess. But it wasn't just Jess making the big choices. It wasn't just Jess making power moves. Annabelle sacrificed Marcel for a reason. There was a deal that was struck, a soul for a soul, and now she was here to collect. But Adira didn't want to pay up because she knew what that soul was going to do once it was released. Yeah, I'm not doing that. She said a deal is a deal, demon. Come through now. She looked to Kelly for backup, but Kelly said, nah, man, you made a deal. You got to keep it. I have my soul. You just have to keep your word. And now it was time. Keep your word. And so she did. She said, all right, you're going to regret it, but I'll give you permission. Kelly, handle business. He laughed. All right, let's go have some fun. Everything was working out for them, but for our heroes, they were stuck in the Lake of Souls in a prison, bound to suffer for all eternity. And Eddie again started to blame our girl Jess, like everything was her fault. She was already depressed. This just made it hurt more. He was pounding her with questions and questions, but he needs to remember they both made the choice. Now just leave me alone. Let me suffer in silence. And don't forget, you brought Annabelle, the great betrayer. So yeah, you are to be blamed as well. Everyone was suffering. Well, Everyone but Life himself, because he had his own island that was literally a playground built for him just to turn up. He brought Lilia here, promising to give her anything she wanted for just that pendant. Now, the question was, what did she want? She made it clear, first of all, I don't drink champagne. You got beer? He said, okay, messenger, get me some beer. The messenger looked at him like he was crazy. Boy, I work for you. I'm a messenger, not your fucking butler. Come on, baby, let me show you around. You see, life is hard. People keep disrespecting me. They don't cherish me. They think I'm important only because of death. Now, there's an abundance of life. I had this place built to remind me of Italy. I know you won't remember it because you've been in prison, but I brought you here for a reason. I brought you here to give you a gift, something you really want. Now, step inside this room. And she stepped inside only to find this place was familiar. This was her home. And in the corner was her kid with her ex, Death. What the fuck? She ran away. This is not what I want. He said, of course it is. You just don't want to accept it. Now, the messenger said, do I just go bring her back? We could take the pendant by force. He said, nah, I want her to make the choice to give it to me. Now, everything was about choice in this video because another big choice was about to be made. In the prison, in the Lake of Souls, they were about to receive a guest. Now, this guest was one that was never supposed to even be here. With a big grin, we see who this guest is. It was Adira herself. What the fuck? Eddie was on her. He wanted to beat her ass, but she just trapped him because I guess she's a god now? Yeah, she's probably a god now. Yeah, put aside your vengeance. I'm not here to talk to you, goofball. I'm here to talk to you, niece. Now, Jess made it clear, I don't want to talk to you, bitch. Fuck out my face. But Adira said, yeah, you're going to want to hear this, you see. Death is gone. Life is eternal now. We need to fix that. Worst of all, Annabelle traded up your man's soul for someone else's, someone darker. That cannot be allowed to happen. Eddie finally understood the gist. You want help. You piece of shit. You got some balls, man. Even Jess mirrored the comment like, why would I help you keep your power? The power you stole from my father. The power you craved out of jealousy. Fuck out of my face, bitch. I will never help you even if the world burns. She said, all right, okay, I'm here to give you something. I'm here to give you this. She revealed it was the scythe of her father because she was serious about the choices that were about to be made. She did need their help. Or did she? Because as we know, you could never trust a fucking demon.